June 17th, 2025, at exactly 02:43 a.m. local time. Israeli aircraft pierced the darkness above Tehran. Iranian air defenses scrambled, and soon explosions lit up the capital like a scene from apocalyptic prophecy. By noon, Israel declared control over parts of Iran's airspace, an act unheard of in modern geopolitics. The United Nations called it a grave escalation, while whispers in underground forums spoke of something stranger, unidentified aerial phenomena sighted moments before the strike. In Iraq, radiation sensors around old nuclear sites spiked unexpectedly. Kazakhstan, the silent giant of uranium, saw increased foreign military surveillance. And in the chaos, an ancient pattern re-emerged. What if these wars are not merely political? What if the battle between Israel and Iran is more than regional? What if it is spiritual? What if this is a continuation of the war that started before history? Long before modern borders and satellite-guided missiles, the lands of Iran and Iraq were home to the first civilizations and to something else. The Bible refers to them in Genesis chapter 6, the Nephilim, giants. Beings of unnatural origin said to be the offspring of divine beings and human women. Ancient texts from Mesopotamia speak of towering kings, hybrid warriors, and watchers who descended from the heavens to teach men forbidden knowledge. Elam, Babel, Nineveh. These names echo not only through archaeology but through prophecy. Many scholars believe the Watchers were cast into darkness, bound beneath the earth until a time appointed. But what if their influence never truly vanished? What if amid today's case the echoes of these ancient giants stir once more? The Hebrew Book of Enoch describes a class of celestial beings, watchers who defied God to mate with human women. Their offspring, the Nephilim, became giants, violent and destructive. God sent the flood to cleanse the earth of them. But the Book of Enoch also says that the spirits of these beings became the evil spirits that now roam the earth. Could the increasing report of unidentified aerial phenomena, especially in conflict zones, be signs that these ancient watchers are once again intervening in human affairs? Some believe modern technology, especially in warfare and genetics, is echoing the sins of the Watchers. And where better for them to re-emerge than the very land they once corrupted? The geopolitical tensions between Israel and Iran may appear to be about territory, power, and ideology. But to those who understand the spiritual realm, these are merely shadows of a greater war, a cosmic conflict that has raged since Eden. Israel, God's chosen nation, has always been a focal point of both divine blessing and satanic opposition. Iran, once Persia, was used by God to free his people, but it also housed empires that fought against God's purposes. What if the current war is the resurfacing of ancient alignments, forces spiritual and territorial? that have warred for millennia? What if the nations are chess pieces in a game far older than human memory? Psalm 82 describes God standing in judgment over the gods, spiritual beings assigned to the nations. These lesser Elohim were meant to govern righteously, but many became corrupt. Deuteronomy 32, 8-9 hints at a divine allocation of the nations, with Israel reserved for the Lord alone. Could the nations now be reclaiming their former spiritual identities, aligning either with God or with ancient principalities in rebellion? As the world watches Israel and Iran exchange fire, heaven may be watching something else entirely. The rising of ancient altars, the shifting of spiritual dominions, the final calls before judgment. In Revelation 9, we read of a star falling to earth and unlocking the abyss. Could this prophetic vision align with the modern fear of nuclear war? The abyss, once metaphorical, may now echo in missile silos and irradiated zones. Jesus spoke of wars and rumors of wars as signs of the end. He also said, "As it was in the days of Noah, so it shall be at the coming of the Son of Man." The days of Noah were the days of Nephilim. What if they're not giants anymore, but they've returned? What if we are living in a mirror of Genesis 6, clothed in modern warfare and biotech? What if the war in the Middle East is the trumpet call of something bigger, something eternal, in the fire above Tehran, in the silence beneath ancient sands? Something stirs and God is watching.